Afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything amazing Propagandacast. Me, your host, ImperialDane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Bayeux. In the south, it is Ryss 17, fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union. The first mechanized corps here with shock rifle, airborne troops, and guard motor with T-3045, T-3476, well, T-3045 bullets are all there, and a KO-1 bullets. And most in the north, it is the ImperialDane himself, fighting for the Oberkommandwest this time around. The German army. The Hermann Göring Fallschirm Panzer Division here with grand offensive, with infantry, machine gun, and Obersoldaten bulletins. In this case, I'm going for grand offensive because, well, when I'm against the Serbs, there's a good chance they're going to go for Special Rifle Command and a Scout car, since it's a very common Oberkommandwest counterplay, and so in which case having Panzers ready to deal with the Scout car early on is a pretty good idea. Alright, got Volkswagen out first here though. Panzers lead on the way, Volkswagen eastwards, Sturmpionier heading westwards. So the aggressive broader approach here to sort of see as much of the map and also get an idea there where Ryss could be moving. Whereas of course has gone for Special Rifle Command back here. So moving him in here. Sandbags up by the southern fuel, engineers cutting up and securing out the territory here. Northern mission being secured here by the Volksgrenadier of Deutschland. And there you go, we got the M3A1 Scout on the way there for Ryss. Piece of Lend-Lease equipment from the Americans. And there you go, we got the Panzer Fusiliers out. Hermann Göring Fallschirm Panzer Corps would have a Fusilier-Abteilung, or Panzerfusilier-Abteilung specifically, which would represent the Hermann Göring's only also mechanized infantry battalions. They also had armored half-tracks. So, little fun fact that way. Panzerfusiliers sitting out there, K98Ks clenched tight in their hands, moving out westwards to the Sturmpioniere, Volkswagen up eastwards. So far, no sign of the enemies. Penal troops following up there for Ryss. Securing the center of the Panzerfusilier. M3A1 rushing out here for the first mechanized corps. Second Panzer squad on the way there for me. Engineers here, oh, Panzer conscript, not engineers, silly me. Shots being fired there. Second Panzer squad ready. Moving up with the Scout car, wiring off here the sandbags and my cover there to me, at least make it harder. Skirmishing continue here, gonna need more troops that are really chance dealing with that. Fulton moving in it possibly soon from another side. And we got the Panzers moving from the north, Sturm Panzer meanwhile in the west to just grab what they can. Quick casualty there, Fulton moving in. And Panzer squad ramming here from the north, trying to attack here from south side. Scout car rolling in at the same time. I just keep pressing forward to him to get some damage on the conscript, allowing the Panzer squad here then to push in close without taking too much damage in the process. As of course the other squadron from the north. Got munitions ready there for the anti-tank rifle grenade towards there by the way. Didn't get into cover like ordered fast enough. I don't know what happened there. Happened from time to time. But anyway, Panzer moving in there, getting the conscripts first, focusing them down. Use the Scout car, then expose it to the Panzer going for a third one here. I mean, I figure if I'm committing to some Panzer squads, I might as well just go all in and get, a bunch of G43s down the road. Possibly Panzer shakes if it comes down to it. I'll seeing here the M3A1 with the Panzer Fusiliers, and of course, we can see here that this is trying to, of course, stay at a safe distance, so we're getting hit with anti-tank rifle. And there you go. Grenade goes off here. Scout car down to half health, and there we go. Grenade goes off, exploding, killing half the passengers as well, leaving only 2 to survive. Allowing to see some munition, fuel, and the point here. Penal swimming up. He passed my Sturmpioniers here, and we got the 3rd Panzer squad ready there. Troops reinforcing here. Back in Ryss's base, we got double penal troops now getting ready here to attack. Got the point there. He's going straight for my fuel point, hoping to turn the tables down on me, obviously. Grab the eastern point here. Penal troops moving in there, ready to engage, and there you go, shots fired. Panzer Fusiliers, though, already low in health and numbers. Will struggle to deal with the penal troopers. Sturmpioniere here versus the penal troopers there. Panzer squadron from the other side as well. Going to slowly advance here and try and push him down. Track arriving, going to be a battle group headquarters. Forces squad sending westwards. Panzer squad continuing to grab the eastern fuel point here. By the way, at least negating him, cutting off my own fuel point approach. And there you go up close. Penals they're being heavily focused down by German infantry as they lay down heavy, righteous fire, causing heavy casualties amongst the penal troopers, then finally pushing them back. In the west, we got conscripting up again, quickly getting a drop. Then the Panzers killing another model. That's 3 versus 5. Over there, slightly exposed, and there you go. Ryss commits to shock rifles, shock troopers, field gun with ambush, KV8s, Incendiary artillery, and of course, IS-2 heavy tanks available for him. Folks moving towards the center. Back here, troops getting ready for the next push. Comfortable Hauptquartier going up, heading down for the munitions there. Since obviously, with all of this, obviously I want as much munitions as possible. So going with that one is great. Since if we get 2 munitions points, that's going to make it much easier for me to get the recon packages going for the Panzer, which obviously we get very good. Also mines here on the western fuel point to deter further harassment there from Ryss. Folks going for the coffin, though we got a flame from just right here to contest this move, making things slightly more awkward for me. Just being fired here. Panzer should be reinforcing soon. Setting out, and there you go. Comfortable Hauptquartier should more or less be ready. And that should, of course, here for the recon package. Of course, a pop incendiary grenade there, which ultimately did nothing. Continue to move up here and grab territory there. Just seize as much as I can. Just sneak about. Also get an idea there where my opponent is and isn't. Always trying to have a clear idea where your opponent is and isn't. This is something that can always help you out. Set up for good flanks and other maneuvers. So that's always beneficial. Squad sitting out there. There we go. Getting the recon package. Medic's almost done. Pass versus the penal troopers. Strafniki versus Panzerfusilier. There you go. Up close again, the penal troopers will easily beat the Panzerfusiliers. They are basically underpowered Volksgrenadiers until you get them upgraded, which is why most people tend not to commit heavily to them, because again, you then really need some more expensive upgrades. But at that point, they do become notably better. But the trick is getting them there. So right now, Ryss does not have a lot of force on the field, so they do have more infantry, so they can also be utilized there against Ryss under the right conditions. Got the recon package right about done. There we go. Increasing their firepower notably. Of course, we'll get a wipe there, or kill there in the model. Still, more troops moving from the north here to put pressure on the penal troopers there. Eastern mission secure. Western being grabbed here with the penal troopers there. Back here, troops reinforcing, healing. And there you go. Strafniki routed. I end up falling back with the Panzerlists just to quickly get them reinforced. No point, having a unit you can use to get up to 6-man, run around as a 4-man squad. I'd rather just take full advantage of them. MD-Fed following up to help deal with infantry. And we can see there that Ryss is actually a side tech for the support company. A bit of a rare site. Most players would move straight up for the tank infantry command, but Ryss is actually a side teching their support company and pushing for a machine gun. An interesting pick then again, something that did catch me a bit off guard. Though not as in a negative way, just, you usually don't see that. Of course, kind of told me at least I didn't have to worry about, say, fast T-70s, which obviously gives me a bit more wiggle room in other departments. Panzer was there reinforcing. There we go. 6-man squad with... Whoa. Apologies about that. Windows designed to do something in the background, of course. As it is one to do, probably an update. MD-Fed forming into the engineers. Folks was a conscript up close. Got 2 Panzer squads from westward to contest and deal with the units. Then MD-Fed force present engineers, and they go maximum to Sturm Pioneer. Still, man's got off his fuel again. Engineers pinned down. Truck out. I'm going to check out fast. We got the Panzers here versus the penal troopers. 2 squads versus 1. Engineers routed there in the west. Conscript push back as well there. Heavy fighting across the front here so far. And here the penals on the west are just losing out. Barely did any damage in this case to the Panzerfusiliers. Shock to a squad that, and that's of course going to be a bigger problem here since a lot of my units aren't exactly equipped for dealing with them fast. Maxim holding up, becoming the fuel point a bit the other area. Machine gun, penals or Panzers moving up there. Folks with Sturm Pioneers as well. No, I'm going to take this path, which most people never considered, sort of flank about here. Up with any possible machine guns and whatnot. Machine gun moving up there, straight into the Maxim though. Going to show about the Panzer squad on the other side. Of course, now he's got the shock with the penal marine that's going to put a pretty big boot right into my flanking maneuver there. Schwer Panzer squad thing up there. Could maybe move closer to some of the other points, but I prefer having it slightly more safe in case my opponent gets out a lot of field guns and whatnot, or manage to push me back, which is not uncommon around the mid game as the Oberkommando around the Ryss close in the Schwer Panzer quarters. I'm going to position it somewhere safer. And he's flanking the Maximum, also grabbing the fuel point again. Just constantly doing my best to deny Ryss access to his fuel. They're critical course. Structures moving about here. Schwer Panzer quarters almost done. Sturm Panzer about to correct the munitions. And folks, they're overwhelmed. Moving ahead with the shock troopers. We got 596 so far. I've got a nice lead, but that's kind of typical as the Oberkommando. You usually have this sort of early period just really hit hard, and then sort of mid game is usually where sort of things slow down a bit. You sort of try and transition into the other bits, and of course the Oberkommando has to expend more resources. That's usually where opponent has a chance to get back into things. There you go, authorized. Of course, it's going to take me some time to get out any armor here versus the Ryss. We're starting to put more pressure on the left side. He realizes he has to hit my fuel. I think it has hit it hard. We got T for the feast almost done. We've got the shock troops moving in. Probably won't be in time. Popping a grenade here, but there it goes. Stops up just in time. I'd hope he'd keep moving. The Ryss, of course, so right through that and just stopped up. Back here, troops reinforcing. More moving in. Grabbing these 2 munitions here. Heading the western points. Going in aggressively. And very wisely. Oh, I was about to say move straight past the victory point, straight for the fuel, but I decided to make a halt there. Would have just moved straight for the fuel point, decided the victory point was less of a priority. Then again, I do have a pretty great lead there, so I can understand he actually wants to go for the victory point as well. But denying my fuel would also be, I think, a very good move there for Ryss. Got Steel Punch to the Penals from the east. Bit on their own, that's going to be a win for the Penals. They go retreat, smoke grenade up here. Makes it hard for me to just deal with the shock troopers. Good maneuver there by Ryss. Of course, I'm going to try my best anyways with the grenade. His steel hand grenade. Get several kills, still even the shock troopers certainly further depleted. We got a single full swimming to the west. They're going to struggle with the penal troopers. And then MD34 routing the shock troopers. Here in the west, I'm going to need more forces. All of my fuel points will be lost here to Ryss and the 1st Mechanized Corps. Flooding a bit of manpower, so I'm currently not entirely sure where I want to go, honestly. I mean, don't want to go for orbital gun because I already got a lot of infantry. To go for like infantry gun, there's not really like a lot of support that requires it. So don't go for another machine gun. There's a lot of things that sort of can make it a bit tricky for me to make decisions as the orbital commands, because at least with the Wehrmacht, it can sort of figure out, all right, I need more infantry, or I need more support weapons or something like that. But here it tends to be a bit more awkward. So when you're sort of already a bit ahead. But anyways, I came from the way in this instance figure. I could get hit by a fast T7, in which case I want to be ready for that. We got the Panzer flanking up tank from Solar Side, catching the Penals from the bad spot. Still, I'm starting to lose ground here. The Maxim is definitely a critical component here versus his ability to just hold me back. And there you go, almost getting wiped here in the Penals, but they do get away most of them in the end. And for watching up here. Got the centre victory point, and these we got Steel Pioneers as the Penal Troopers, again at range. Gonna need some support. Moving up the west side. We got the Maxim there being quickly rolled westwards. Moving forces eastwards. Machine gun there should be a bit more active, to be honest. Being a bit too passive with it. Definite mistake there by me. Bit of skirmishing there. Steel Pioneers and the Penal Troopers there. And there you go, Academy out in case of that fast season here from Ryss. Panzer was there under heavy fire from the Maxim, being pushed back. Again, nice active use that we got. The machine gun slowly moving ahead here, but may not be fast enough. East side, more pressure there. They should probably split up my force, at least hit harder. The Penal Troopers there. Ryss hitting harder and harder west. There goes shock troopers, bringing with that machine gun to stop that. That's going to be a lot of trouble. We got the engineers flanking the machine gun. That's going to put a problem in there. So the shock troopers are really a huge hazard here for Ryss. Versus me, since again, I have no easy way of stopping them a lot of the time. So right there, my left flank collapses. Maybe should have gone for another machine gun here instead of the Kettenwerfer, but again, the possibility of the T-70 definitely has me a bit concerned. There you go, going straight in here. Note, I'm first moving the Sturm Pioneers to assist with the Penal Troopers before just trying to get out the field point, since, if I push that way, then the east side is definitely mine. I can just perhaps set everything there safely. Meanwhile, Ryss advancing aggressively here, taking advantage again of my very, very slack west line there to quickly push ahead. Very good play there by Ryss. Good exploitation move. Field on the way, he's obviously worried about armour, and I'm certainly sometime. For some reason here, the Panzers did not move when the victory point happens a lot of the time, actually, I find. You order that, and for some reason they stand next to it, or they just move off the point at times as well, because there's a bit of cover, like, it's a bit weird at times. And we've got mines up here for Ryss. Got the western or eastern munitions there. Still, Ryss have now been gained map control. Their field gun almost done. Flooding resource again. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with all this manpower, particularly getting a map this size. I also feel like the line gun might be a better trigger thing to use because again the size of the map. Straight to mine there. Good mining by Ryss. More mines down there as well. Very good. Panzer's advancing. Got the machine there turning about. No additional supporting troops easily available. And this is like going to be a full retreat as we've got the shock troopers into as well. That was definitely not a good move for me. Not good in the southeast. Trying to move. We got more people in the way there. Not enough forces to stop that. And the forces being caught out in the open by the double Penal Troopers. Steel Pioneers Panzer moving up here. Grenade popped. Oh, he actually moves up to them, giving my troops more chance to get hits here. Bit of attack there by Ryss. Certainly something I can quickly spot even though the Panzer is getting the upper hand up to with the Steel Pioneers arriving. Still, the rest of the situation is quickly turning very, very ugly. I'm close to the Panzer IV, but I've still some time away. Probably should have gone for some orbital dart in here or something else. Almost got the Penal Troopers, Panzers there. And yup, white. Bit of a poor call there on me as well. Not looking good. Steel Pioneers here. Going to be running into the shock troopers in retreat. Got the orbital one on the way there. I'm close to the Panzer IV. The Panzer Kampfwagen 4 Ausführung Jod. Troops heading out there. Panzer Fusiliers MG34. Hitting the eastern field point as well. Ryss suddenly gaining a big advantage in terms of map control. Also on the T-70. Looks like he may be trying to pull ahead for the next tier. Basically figuring I'm going to head out with a medium tank at some point in the near future. And so trying to go for T-70 here would be a silly idea for him. So that's, I think, a good read there by Ryss. A good read. Trying to deal with the shock troopers, but again up close and again do the terrain here. It's a bit tricky. Orbital moving in there. Not enough munitions for any upgrades yet. Infantry catching the shock troopers. Still the Panthers taking heavy damage here. And there you go, finally pushing them back. Moving west to see the other Falcons of this squad. Sturmpanzer minesweepers. Obviously, you know he's got mines, so obviously we're going to go for that. Can soon go for the Panzer IV. Or this could go for the mechanized armor company. Set up for what he wants to plan for. T-34s or whatever. Orbital moving ahead. MG-34 moving in. There you go. Panzerkampfwagen 4 as von Jod on the way here for the Hermann Göring Fallschirmpanzer Division. Hermann Göring's personal little Panzer Division, the Luftwaffe's Panzer Division, which would be by the late stage will upgrade to a full Panzer Corps. Straight into the Maxim here. Active machine gun user there compared to me. Definitely get a mistake here made as the Oberkommando West. I'll admit I am not the best Oberkommando player. I tend to prefer playing the Wehrmacht for numerous reasons. You just feel tactically more flexible. So I tend to struggle a bit more with the Oberkommando as I tend to find myself a bit more having a harder time figuring out what decision I want to make. Antenna artillery called in here. I need to retreat that machine gun. I need fast because the antenna artillery is incredibly lethal. I did not move in time there, and there's a good chance it's going to get wiped. Yeah, no, got away there, barely. Moving up the eastern side of the panzers of the penal troopers. They grab the western field from the Volkskongress. At the same time, moving up here. Can't see the field gun, but there's a mine in the way there. All the way, got the Panzer IV out there. The Panzerkampfwagen 4 as von Jod. Back here, mechanized armor company are going up there for Ryss, and the first mechanized corps in the trouble with the penal troopers. But apparently the penals are in even bigger trouble with them. Season Eastern victory point going down, and again I'm going to take this path here because, you know, less likely to run into any issues. Straight into the mine there, so I tried to rush the field gun. Panzers were moving westwards. Shock troops moving straight for the fuel point here. Troops are healing, reinforcing. Still not enough munitions for the upgrade. And there goes Sturmpanzer assaulted. You can just get the armor over there to support and assist. Moving up here. And we got troops moving in there as well. Lots of action across the field now. Panzer Commander being added. Troops setting out. Moving up there to engage. Shoots and misses. Just TNT, maybe there's a topography issue because the Panzer IV here, despite having the Panzer Commander, despite being generally quite accurate, he keeps missing those shock troopers. Like we're talking repeated misses and otherwise pretty close range. Much to my great annoyance. I mean, normally, if they go fourth miss, normally at this point there have been some deaths like a hit from this Panzer IV, but there we go. Fifth shot and actually lands a single kill. That was a bit annoying. A bit annoying to put it very mildly. Second shot also gets off there in the east here. Bigger push. There's one to move in against the Panzers there. Close to 18-3 there. Focusing on the advancing penal troopers. Need to get the Panzer course fixed up again already. Use the shots from the field gun. Grenade off. And it gets stuck, by the way, on the sandbags. Doing more damage to the Panzer fleers than the enemy. So fast to say, that was also a bit annoying. Grab the eastern victory point here. Troops moving back. Need to fix up the Panzer IV. Forces Panzers are setting out. Need to retreat those Obersoldaten. MG-34 are being pushed back. Victory 2 would be a shame, of course, to lose that to the enemy. Maxim setting up here. Kenmeth remaining in reserve. So far, no sign of the enemy. Got the mechanized armor company. And it does look like Ryss is going straight for the IS-2 at this rate. Yes, with the second field gun. He does go for it. And of course, once I see the second field gun, I obviously also very much know he's going for the IS-2. Good fuel ration there for Common. You can see that a lot of the fight here is actually focused around the fuel points. I know some people go, why aren't you fighting for the central victory point? As I always like to say, your tanks don't run on central victory points. They run on fuel. Like, it's always the critical thing. And a lot of time, you know, if a player loses, a lot of time again is because they don't tend to focus on the fuel enough. At least some intermediate level players. And again, focus on the fuel. The fuel is what matters. The central victory point is less critical than getting the damn fuel. So as you can see, the fight here again, very much centered around getting the fuel points, control them. Center's nice, but again, your tanks don't run on center victory points. It runs on damn fuel. Mine's done, I think, here from him, maybe. Yup, straight into a mine there. Got mine there by Ryss. Expecting out going from there. They're probably not expecting my Panzer IV to get in there. Here falls most of the penal troopers. They're doing heavy damage. Maximum joint plus shock troopers. Pumps are going for the gears, 23, 13 kills. Small chance of getting a wipe there, which would be helpful. Field gun moving up and gets the white engineer style, more mines on the road. The orbital engaging. Can finally upgrade the machine guns. 1, 2 faults being pushed back. Got a puzzle squad there ready to try and defend at least. Finally getting the infantry Sturmgewehr. Got the Panzer for the advancing shock troops just retreating. Panther 4, they're being fixed up again, moving up the west side here. All of a sudden, I've got the infantry Sturmgewehrs ready. Well, they're halfway there, roughly. Halfway. MG34 setting up here. Probably shouldn't be setting up like that, to be honest, just a waste. Around the western point. Seizing the eastern victory point. Back here, troops reinforcing, healing. Got the Panther 4 on the move once more for the fatherland. Deutschland. Conscripts ready to fight here across the road. We've got the Oberautonoms ready with the infantry Sturmgewehrs. The vampire sights, as they were known. Almost got them ready. 2 of them, good to go. Was very much a late war weapon if you will. Mine goes off the panzers, but they managed to get away from it. Only loses 1 guy off it, so the rest needs to be healed up. And you just need to reinforce 2 members, which is pretty good. Obviously, of course, with the infantry assault was quickly do a lot of damage, since the infantry assault was actually ignore car bonuses somewhat, so they can quickly do a lot of damage there. Panther on the eastern side going for the shock troopers. Meanwhile, Ryss is very close here to the IS-2 heavy tank. Shock troopers are taking nice hit from the Panther 4, which finally lands something representing a decent hit. There you go, grenade off on the advancing Strafniki. Could lay down a mine there. I do in fact troop reinforcing. No need to get a G43 upgrade on those chaps still. Very close to the IS-2 heavy tank here for this. Of course, this is the point where I'm sort of wondering, should I worry about the IS-2 or should I worry about other things and just try and push for a Panzer 4? Well, I'll soon know. People swimming up, H2 Empires moving about as well. Additional mounts laid up there, Panther westwards. Obviously, I'm moving to support there. Got another squad up with infantry assault as well, since, you know, a lot of infantry, a lot of elite penal troops and whatnot, so I think it just might work out. Plus, with the shock troopers, the Obersalon's infantry assault rifles also kind of handy. Another miss from the Panther 4 all of a sudden. Not really having a lot of luck with it, I feel like, this match. Like, normally, again, the Panther 4 Model J is very accurate. It's like all of these misses just feels incredibly bad. Again, I think part of it's just, again, the topography. Bayeux has some really weird topography, I suspect. Which, again, allows for a lot of this stuff. And there, guys, to arriving, I cancel the Panther 4 momentarily because I know 2 Panther 4s is going to be a pretty bad idea, in particular when it's going to be backed up by 2 field guns, most likely. So, you know. I should be cancelling any time now. There we go. Contra challenging the MG34. Panther 4 getting away. The Kedron being moved up to deal with that. I'm going to be going for a Panther. I could go for the Panzer, but again, the overall map layout and topography of Bayeux rather makes me hesitant to go for it. I'm overall not a big fan, I think, of the overall layout of Bayeux, to be honest, as I've been playing a bunch on it as of late. There's something about it I just find really annoying to play on. Like, A, the topography is really weird, which again just allows your tanks to, like, miss, like, otherwise very obvious shots, but also just a lot of, you know, things like these shot blocks, whatever you want to call them, it just encourages blobbing and makes it hard to maneuver properly, I feel like. So I really don't like the map. I really don't like the map, to be honest. Like, it always has a lot of the things I like in a map, like, you know, it's open and all that, but like, they really just need to cool down with some of all this stuff, like all the crap, and, you know, make the map damn flat. The game does not handle weird topography very well, so generally, like, any map should not have weird topography. It should just be flat and just accept, you know, height does not work in the game. And it's honestly just more of a pain in the ass than, you know, benefit. Anyways, Panzer 4 being repaired, just a small side rant there, but, you know, I just want to highlight it again. Otherwise, the map is nice, but again, the topography and the overall just tendency to, like, stuff so many things that just makes it hard to move your tanks about and just screws up with their pathing. It's not good. People really need to, like, when they make map, need to, like, consider tank pathing a lot more, because really, a lot of the dumbest things will absolutely mess with the tank's pathing, and, like, they love on adding it, apparently. Figures they're holding up. Had I been aware that some maybe looks rush, but as you notice, Ryss is very wise keeping his eyes too close to his field gun, so neither can, like, just easily be dealt with a lot of the time. I'll wake up the Panther out here. We'll be aiming the Pants command on that one, so you take advantage of its range a bit better, plus be able to call in artillery in case I, you know, summon man to flank the field guns, you know, call in as well. Lost the gun crew to the incendiary artillery. I wasn't paying attention, so quickly got wiped, or at least I may order to retreat, but wasn't fast enough. I'll wait. Panther moving ahead. Orbison moving in. MG34 needs reinforced. Moving westwards there with the Panzer Fusiliers. Panther 4 there, Veterans 1. Quick grenade, in fact, thrown very far, much to my surprise there a bit. Practically a bloody grenade launcher. And it's a guy throwing it. What have you been eating, Dimitri? I don't know, I just know it came from Chernobyl. But Chernobyl isn't built yet. You wouldn't know it. Also, I need to retreat. MD-34 setting up. Got the field guns moving up. The field guns are a definite problem due to, again, A, having roughly the same performance as Pack 40, just slightly less penetration, but very critically, they're a lot harder to kill thanks to having 6-man crews, which is really like the thing that irks me when having to fight them, because, again, they're going to require a lot more effort to get rid of. And too, when they're backing up the CIS or the IS-2 heavy tank, which in-game has the same armor level as the King Tiger, but unlike the King Tiger, which is only backed up by cannon efforts, this one's backed up by something better, which makes it even more tiresome to deal with. Oh, doing heavy damage to the IS-2 though. Panther shoots, bouncers. Cannon efforts shoots, bouncers. Trying to flank up here, not quite working out fully there, but actually 4 punch was theirs. Panther 4 for some reason decides to back ahead. Panther moves up. Really messes up again with the pathing. As again, as I like to note again, the map has something weird going on with the pathing. I end up just trying to charge in there, maybe the hopes of like throwing off the formation, opening up for something here, but in the end it didn't quite pan out. I ended up throwing away the Panther 4, unfortunately. Almost got the IS-2 there, main gun up, of course still got the field gun to deal with. The maximum makes it hard for me to approach with infantry to clear it out. I would have gone for it, and of course with the Panther 4 it lost. Yeah, that was a bit of a failed assault there. Again, the pathing issues due to the map, again, just... They really need to clean up this map. They need to clean up this map, like there's just too much gunk on it. Like, clearly someone got a bit too enthusiastic when adding all the small stuff. A bit too enthusiastic. Anyways, troops are healing, enforcing, fixing up the Panther. Orbison setting out, the MU-34 setting up to cover the centre. Panzers in eastwards. Troops are healing, reinforcing. So far, Ryss remains controlled. We got still a victory point lead over him, but that's about it. Grenade hit did not manage to get a good hit. Needs to treat those Panzers to get wiped with the shock troopers. As again, they're Eastler, we've got 23 kills. They're going to quickly make very short work of my punch. There you go, grenade on the retreat path. Nice throw, but not enough to get a wipe. Got the Orbital moving in, they're trying to catch the field guns. IS-2 still's got main gun out. Again, if I'd been more paying attention, I probably could have moved in to deal with this, in fact, by now. But the frustrations, again, of dealing with a map kind of blinded me to that. And I would probably be eating the map from now on. I really don't like playing on Bayeux. Again, it's just too much gunk. Panther moving ahead here, though. Don't worry, I won't be talking about the map, but, you know, I really just want to highlight I don't like it. Need to retreat the Panther, got a grenade off, and gets the wipe there. Small winner for the German army, for the Western Food Plan there. In this regard, Ryss has been getting a lot more fuel than me consistently. Sturm Pioneers moving ahead. And you might be asking yourself, why aren't you going for the Tiger Tank? To be honest, I didn't really consider the Tiger Tank at all. I did not consider it at all. Like, it just didn't exist in my mind. Like, I just want out the Panther because it's cheaper and it's faster to get out in the Tiger Tank. Plus, it has better range, which I also think it was kind of crucial as the IS-2. I figure that'd be crucial as well. Plus, I suppose there's also part of me that just sees everyone else go for Tiger Tank so much and just kind of went like, you know what, I'm going to go for Panthers. I'm going to go for Panthers. Plus, another benefit of going for the Panther, of course, is if it weren't for an IS-2, it's going to take him so much longer to get out an Panther, but if I go for a Panther, second Panther, it's not going to be too far off either, so there's a bit of, economic logic into it as well. Like, I just, get out 2 Panthers fast, and that would get the numbers I want faster than by going for 1 Tiger first. So there's also a bit here, but as the Soviets, you kind of want numbers, and particularly want, and go for heavier armor anyways, because ours, you're just going to get outgunned. So again, I go for Panthers because they're cheaper than a Tiger Tank, and in that sense, they fight more economically. Sure, Tiger Tank would be much better versus the infantry, but the IS-2 is the main issue here, to be honest. Like, the Oberson can clean up the Soviet infantry quite well. The IS-2 is the issue, so by going for Panthers, I can always just, put the shot down the IS-2, and then I can have the Oberson, once the IS-2 is out of the way, begin cleaning up everything else. So that's sort of the logic there. Panther moves in, good hit on the IS-2 heavy tank. IS-2 shoots, misses. Moving with the Panther again, noting the field guns actually around the centre, so shoots, misses. Booby trap in the centre victory point, very good there, I suppose. Also, another thing to remember, got the T-Fed also moving up, and of course, this is now beginning to bring up more tanks, that's very good. There obviously some players tend to forget about, you know, bring out more tanks after they call their one big heavy. I'm not far off from my Panther now. Troops in the centre being shot at. Insane artillery calling again here by Ryss. Panther moving east to try and deal with the T-34-76. I assume on the left flank. Taking advantage of the insane artillery to disrupting my centre defence, and of course to barge through. Very good play there by Ryss. Very good play. Some players tend not to exploit like artillery callings like this, like try and do more damage to the opponent. Anti-tank rifle grenade failed to penetrate. Panther shoots, bounces. Lots of luck here for Ryss as well. And you know what they say, fortune favours a bold, so Ryss is clearly very bold. There you go. Panther gets a good hit, punches the force back. In the south, he punches back with the shock troops as well. Finding myself quite a bit on defensive versus Ryss at the moment. Not good. Second Panther almost done. Panther shoots, misses. Back here, troops in reinforcing before opening up. Panther shoots, misses. Again. Or mostly because it hit the building. Still got Veterans 1, which is closer to Veterans 2 than Veterans not. Shock troops out there for Ryss. More assault infantry of the heavier kind to give my troops a bit of a harder time, and of course can catch them with the mighty elite Obersoldaten with the infrared Sturmgewehrs, which are really quite rare in terms of weaponry. Very much in 1945 things. They also had infrared sights for the Panthers so they can operate in night time. There was a couple of Panzer divisions created in the late war there that had them equipped. Little fun fact, actually. The Panzer Division Clausewitz, and I believe Müncheberg was the other one. And it's got the Orbs on there tank through the fumes there. Got the T-56 moving in. Second Panther moving up here, so that's two Panthers. Not something you see a lot of in 1 vs 1s, but here we are. Double Panthers. There we go. Panther shoots at the ISO again, making use of the Panther command to easily spot, though the Panthers on the flank also helps. Shot bounces though. Shot bounces off the Panther's armour. Panther going for the T-54 east. Shock was up here with the blend cover there on them. Coming up, pushing back the Panther there. Got the western fuel point at least attempted under German control. Shocks was there falling back due to the caught effective blend cover. Again with the shoots. Panther also shooting there. IS-2 taking some light damage. Close to 2 there. Another Panther moving up to help contest. Of course, he'll have the field guns. If they have munitions, of course, try and call in the artillery and the field guns. Maybe that would deal with them. That's probably a better bet. Panthers with some T-Fed forces in the west. Ryss can probably soon call in another T-Fed Force 6. Yes, indeed. Need to fix up my Panzerkampfwagen 5. I'll also be soon going for a mechanized rating to help with repairs on my tanks, obviously. These we've got Panzers as the advancing shock troopers. Low on health. Quick steel hand grenade. There we go. Forcing retreat on the Sturmovix there. Panzerkampfwagen 5 receiving vital repairs. Half HP veteran 2-1. One option considered by is trying to flank up and hit behind. Another option would actually go for light infantry to lay down smoke screens on the field guns. In fact, I should probably consider that more than anything, but didn't consider that. Again, I am not such a huge player of the Oberkorn, so again, I will make mistakes like that, obviously. I mean, Oberkorn's play compared to the Wehrmacht play is definitely under par, so I won't make any excuses there. Now the T-Fed on the way there for Ryss. Very good. Panther got to with the IS-2. At least attempt to. I can clear it out. Shots bouncing. One went through. Can't then push back. Field, of course, covering up there. Soul hits from the Panther. Shot bounced. IS-2 taking hits from the Panther. Soul penetrating hits there. Panther forced to fall back as it's close to being destroyed. IS-2, though, is half health there. So the Panther will do some damage truck on the way there. Since obviously I need something to speed up the damn repairs on my Panther. And the east side there again moving up as I realise Ryss is centering his main force on the west side. I can always secure the east side, since obviously I still want fuel, I still want more options in terms of armor and whatnot, so you know, I'll go for that. Schwerer Wehrmachtschlepper arriving. Season Eastern Point, we got 129, it's 143. It's now Ryss time to have a lead over me. Field guns advancing, using the tracking ability there. Thumbs up to Ryss. Clearly a man who knows how to play SOS, at least to some degree, because most players never use that ability either. T-Fed Moon and the IS-2 is going for a big push here against me. Panther opening up. T-Fed fall down to half health. Panther there close to Veteran 2. Mechanized Regiment is setting up. Setting up defensive line. Certainly looking a bit bleak here. IS-2 being fixed up. Troops battered and beaten. A flank here could probably do the trick. At the same time, I'm a bit worried about mines, so I'm a bit less keen on it. But still, probably another option to begin to flank it. But even then, like, getting close to the field, well, the flank should be higher due to the IS-2 again. Ryss keeps the IS-2 and the field guns close to each other most times. Then again, that's a really nasty little formation, as again, the IS-2 can clear with any infantry try to close in, and the field guns, of course, try to clear with any armour either. So it makes it pretty tricky. Plus, he's got 2 T-34s as well there. In fact, he has a larger force than me now. So the situation is definitely a bit tense here. Repair pioneers on the way there. We got the news picks on the T-34s and 6s. We got these sets up the shock troopers. Panther moves in there, sneaks in a hit. Coming from the other side. T-34 ramming. And as soon as I see that rev up, I just hit the blitzkrieg button just to, like, get out of ramming range. Need to get the Panther out there. In fact, I'm close to losing it. Main gun out. Reggie 2 getting the IS-2. That was definitely not good. Panther for some reason stopped. They should have moved in from the anti-tank rifle grenade. Panther falling back. The IS-2. The T-34 moving in here. A Kennan effort needs to turn around, but he's turning way too damn slow. Coming on this side as well. We got Orbs moving in. Dealing with the shock was wiping out the entire squad. Meanwhile, heavy fun continuing. There we go. T-34s and IS-2s push back. Some intensive fun here. Like Kennan with 2 slow to turn. MD-34 needs to deal with the contra there. Orbs in there. Moving up to deal with other threats here. Healing themselves up a bit. Both veteran fleet. 28-16 kills. Orbs on with infinite assault rifles, by the way, are really good. Make no mistake about that. Punches in trouble. There goes shock troops up close with the Orbital with infinite assault rifles. Also find themselves dropping quickly. They're being hosed down by MG-34 fire and the Orbital Darden. Veteran 4 gain. 29 kills. Doing heavy damage to the conscripts. 75 points left. Panthers being fixed up. Heavily damaged both of them. Both of them also very close for the 2. And there you go. Another unit wiped out here. I was at least able to take advantage of the infantry being exposed again to kill with the Orbital. And again, hence, I also went for Panthers. Because again, the Orbital Darden will generally do the trick. So I don't really as such need the Tiger in that way. Panther moving out here, just to try and put my pressure. Got the Panther moving up as well there. Going to try and get close to get off an anti-tank rifle grenade. That way damage the IS-2 here. Punishing the base, in fact, for keeping it too close to the front line. Panther lands a good hit there. Direct hit here, though. Field's opening up. But by slightly pushing it further back there behind the building. I'm still getting some hits there. Panther's about to get wiped out. Still caught in by the Panther on the field guns. Going to sneak ahead for a shot. And there we go. Gets the IS-2 here. Ryss punished. Flow extending, opening up here the gates. And I'm going to kick it in with my jack boots. Panzer is charging ahead there. Going straight for the exposed field guns until it didn't quite clear it up, but the Panzer able to finish it off here. I've only got 53 points. I've barely got any points left. I need to get moving still. I even lost one of my Orbital Darden squad trying to flank in there. Either way though. Grenade on the Maxim. Wipes the Maxim. T-34's in the way. Panthers moving ahead. Eventually 2. All on being repaired. Orbital moving ahead. 31 kills. Panther advances, gets a good hit there on the T-34. Field gun shoots. Panther doesn't particularly care. It's only 1 field gun now. Plus, it's got actually 2, so it has more health as well. It doesn't, so that way as well, cares much. In fact, I'm pushing out the Panthers while pursuing the T-34's line. The Panthers there to go for the field gun. Big pushes here. T-34 and 6 armor taking out the other Panther, but it quickly escapes to the base, and I don't want to risk mines, so I actually fall back. Plus, I actually want to destroy the field guns as well, deny any possibility of Ryss getting them back and turn them against me. Since if I destroy those, he's going to have a very hard time getting back against double Panthers. Even if he gets out another IS-2, like the field guns are basically what carries him a lot of the way here. Both Panthers by now eventually 2, which definitely means the T-34 and 6s are going to have a very steep uphill climb against the Panthers. Moving out there, shooting, going from all the victory points at the same time. More orbits on the way there for the German army here. Shock troopers moving in. Orbits on the opening out, and the advancing shock troopers popping a blend cover here. He's trying to get to the field gun there. His men, they're getting covered in the very nasty stuff here. There we go. He grabs the field gun right in front of the Orbital Darden. And again, they're all being weakened by the blend cover. Very fine for here, but it's not going to look for the Panzer. They're going to retreating. Oh, the penal troopers, I mean, not the Panzer Fusiliers. So right now, the situation suddenly looks a lot less great. Again, he's a bit more cautious with their eyes, so I can understand. He wanted to keep it there. Obviously, it was a much bigger threat at the front line, but it did give him the opportunity to sneak him on the Panthers and then take it out. And obviously, as you can see, that the Panther commander was also a critical element of it, since it helped my Panther's spot. Of course, the Panther did help there as well, but even once they retreated, the Panther could still spot ahead for itself. So now Ryss has a second IS-2 heavy tank out in the field. I still have 2 Panthers on the field. Moving up, he's using the point there. IS-2 there moving about. Obviously, it's giving away its position. I just keep my Panthers there, so I'm expecting them to move through here. Got some folks going to help grab weapons and whatnot, since there are weapons here and there abandoned. And I don't want to be expending some more critical units like the Obersladen or the Panzerfusiliers on that. T-54 is good to go. Ryss making a push for the Red Army. For the Soviet peoples. Looks like he's going to try and set up for a flanking element here. The IS-2 drawing the attention to the T-54 is trying to flank. Of course, I hear a lot of engines moving in, so I begin pulling back the Panthers to possibly forestall such a movement. IS-2 moving in there, go lane to line in front of the Panther again. Panther commander gives it extra time there to shoot. T-54 moving in. Quickly blitzing at least 1 Panther. If they got the munitions for it, the Kedman's all been banging. Basically trying to avoid getting rammed here. And there you go. Turn the side to the T-34-76, which meat gets combusted. Ryss now down just 1 IS-2 and a T-34-76. Panther's now on the warpath again, close to 1 Panther. IS-2 quickly backing up as 2 Panthers pursue aggressively for the fatherland. Oberleutnant Ludwig Wolf goes ahead. T-34-76 trying to ram it. Briefly stunning it, but quickly focusing down the IS-2 since now the T-34 is not an issue because its gun isn't working. With that, the IS-2 is down. The T-54 is going to be next. And there you go. With this surrenders. A loss to the Red Army. A victory for Germany. Obviously, again, as mentioned several times before, not my finest performance. I'm not a huge Oberkommandos player, but still end up playing it a bit here. Did my best hits to certainly make use of the Panthers, which tend to get overlooked, in particular in ground offensive. Most people just go for the Tiger tank there, obviously. And again, it's not bad, but I think had I gone for a Tiger tank here, I might have been a bit of trouble, since again, it'd been having to bring up more numbers faster, whereas again, with Panthers, I could quickly bring up the second Panther faster, and that way I could have numbers. And I usually find numbers are a bit more important. So there we go, and of course the Obersladen, of course, similarly meant I didn't really need the Tiger, since with the assault rifles, they make very short work of infantry anyways. So yeah, bit of an interesting fight there. Hopefully a slightly different play there with the ground defense. And again, it tends to be very repetitive, just stall out for the Tiger tank and rinse and repeat. Again, me going for Panthers just certainly opened up for some different paths there, and certainly gave them an option. But again, up times I played too passively. Those hold some, again, issues with the topography and so on there. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. I hope it gives you the matches. And of course, I could have used smoke more, and I could have gone for like infantry guns. There's easily a ton of things here I could have done better. Again, I will absolutely not deny my Oberkommandos play was a bit lacking, but then I still managed to pull through. So again, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. And of course, press the bell button. And if you like what we're doing, which support, you can donate or pledge on Patreon. Links in the description. I will be very helpful to me. And of course, big thanks to all those who already pledge on Patreon. You're all part of my company here. So thank you all for joining in. See you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.